All right, we have been hearing a lot about the situation in Afghanistan, possibly, I should say, escalating with the Taliban. There is some news to come out of that now. Our Jamie McIntyre, senior Pentagon correspondent Jamie McIntyre, just left a briefing at the Pentagon, and he joins us now with some new developments. Jamie?
Well, Don, you know, up to now, the Pentagon has been saying it's not really going to be able to send reinforcements to Afghanistan until they're able to complete those troop reductions in Iraq. But today, the Defense Secretary, Robert Gates, said that they are looking at options to get additional U.S. forces to Afghanistan, quote, sooner rather than later.
While Afghanistan has minimal oil resources, to the north the former Soviet republics of Kazakhstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan and Kyrgyzstan possess substantial oil and natural gas, which Russia exploited before the collapse of the Soviet Union in 1990.
Already we have American bases and troops in Uzbekistan, in Tajikistan, in Kyrgyzstan, and the Russians clearly are very nervous about this. China is another big player. China would like to extract a lot of this oil and gas and perhaps try and ship it to China. So I think, you know, in the future, we may well see a kind of three-way competition between Russia, China, and the United States for the resources of Central Asia.
U.S. military bases may now have replaced Soviet bases throughout Central Asia, but for American oil companies, a problem remains. Where to run pipelines without passing through the territory of competing powers? With Russia to the north, Azerbaijan across the Caspian Sea to the west, Iran to the southwest, India to the southeast, and China to the east, apparently running pipelines through Afghanistan and Pakistan to the Indian Ocean seems to be the answer. Such a project was actually conceived of by the California-based Unocal Oil Company in the early 1990s. Simple on the map, the project becomes difficult to implement on the ground for two reasons: the harsh mountainous terrain of Afghanistan and a persistent civil war that originates from a turning point in Afghan history, the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan.
Well, the American CIA supported the Mujahideen at the behest of the Pakistani intelligence service, the Inter-Services Intelligence. This was an eyesight plan to bring in foreign Islamic fighters from all over the world to fight the Afghan cause, to make it into a kind of international jihad against communism. The Americans, President Reagan really liked the idea, the CIA liked the idea, they backed it with money, the Pakistanis provided the logistics, bringing in thousands of people from about 32 different countries in the Muslim world. And that really formed the basis of Al-Qaeda.
Al-Qaeda means the base in Arabic. It refers to the Afghan camp, paid for and operated by the CIA in the 1980s to train anti-Soviet Mujahideen fighters. A key CIA asset built and oversaw the Al-Qaeda training camp, Osama bin Laden.